All of the vital information any fan needs to know about the MotoGP trademark race at the Sepang Malaysia Motorcycle Grand Prix. The 20-lap race at the Sepang International Circuit kicks off at 1500 hours local time on Sunday. Dani Pedrosa, who won at Sepang in both 2012 and 2013, starts from pole position for the first time since the Catalan Grand Prix in 2014. In second place on the grid is last year's winner in Sepang, Marc Marquez, his 10th successive front row start. Taking the final place on the front row is Valentino Rossi, who is aiming to win for the 7th time in the Premier class at the Sepang circuit. Rossi is making his 329th GP start, a new record for most starts of all time in Grand Prix racing. Starting from 4th place on the grid is Jorge Lorenzo, the first time since the Dutch TT that he has not been on the front row. Sepang is one of 4 circuits on the current schedule where Lorenzo has not had a win in the MotoGP trademark class. In 5th place on the grid for the second successive race is Cal Crutchlow, the 7th time this year he has been on the second row. Taking the final place on the second row is Andrea Iannone, the highest placed Ducati rider on the grid. Heading the third row of the grid is Andrea Dovizioso, who finished 13th 1 week ago in Australia, his lowest ever finishing position in the MotoGP trademark class in a race where he has not crashed and restarted. Maverick Vinales is the highest placed Suzuki rider on the grid, in 8th place. Vinales has won at Sepang in the 125 cubic centimeters class in 2011 and the Moto2 trademark race last year. In 9th place on the grid is Bradley Smith, who has scored points in the last 22 successive MotoGP trademark races. Hector Barbera is the highest placed open class rider in qualifying, in 10th place on the grid. Brothers Alex and Paul Espargaro have qualified in 11th and 12th places, the 6th time this year that they have lined up next to each other on the grid.